Guys, in the last class, we have discussed some applications of Coulomb's law. In this session, let us discuss concept of equilibrium in electrostatics and then do some simple harmonic questions in electrostatics. So let us start. A particle is said to be in equilibrium when net force acting on it is 0. That is, F net acting on it is 0, or sum of all the forces acting on it is 0. We have discussed this in Newton's laws of motion as well as in a simple harmonic motion. Now there are three types of equilibrium, that is stable equilibrium, unstable equilibrium and a neutral equilibrium. See guys, in three cases net force acting on it is same. So let us understand the difference between these three equilibriums by taking an example. So the first case, in stable equilibrium, let us take the particle. Here mg is acting downwards and normal reaction is acting upwards. So normal reaction will be equal to mg. So it is in equilibrium. Next, similarly here also mg is acting downwards and normal reaction is acting upwards. Here also the net force acting on it is 0 and it is in equilibrium. Here in this case mg is acting downwards and normal reaction will act upwards and normal reaction will be equal to mg, and this particle also will be in equilibrium. But what is the difference? So you'll get to know the difference when you disturb the particle a little bit. In this case, if you disturb the particle a little bit, let us say we have displaced it towards right. Now mg will act downwards. If we take the component of mg in this direction, so there will be some component in this direction, and due to that component of weight, it tries to come back to the stable equilibrium position. So it is trying to come back to the equilibrium position. So it represents that it is more stable in this position. So it wants to attain this position back. So when it comes here, it will gain some velocity. Due to that, it will move here. So due to that, it will start oscillating. But it is clearly visible that it is more stable here. It wants to come back to this position when you disturb. In this case, when you disturb this particle a little bit, mg will be downwards here, and due to this component, it moves away from the equilibrium. So it clearly represents the particle is not stable here. It wants to move away from this equilibrium position. Whereas in this case, if you disturb it to here, mg will act downwards and again normal reaction will act here upwards. Normal reaction again will be equal to mg and it will be again in equilibrium. So here the particle neither tries to come back nor moves away. So this kind of equilibrium, it is neutral because it is neither trying to come back to the equilibrium position nor moving away from the equilibrium position. So this is the difference between these three equilibriums in simple terms. Now if you want to talk in terms of energy, so in stable equilibrium, basically potential energy of the system will be minimum, and in unstable equilibrium potential energy will be maximum, and neutral equilibrium potential energy will remain constant. So we know the basic property of nature is to minimize its potential energy. Now in this case the potential energy is minimum, so when you disturb it, the energy of the system will increase. So it wants to decrease its energy, so it will come back. Whereas in this case, here potential energy is maximum. So when you disturb it, its potential energy decreases, so it will become more stable there. So in this case, it don't want to be in this position. Even a slight disturbance can move this particle away from the equilibrium position. Whereas in this case, even if you disturb, the energy does not change. So it will neither come back nor move away. So this is a stable equilibrium and this is unstable equilibrium, that is neutral equilibrium. So this is the concept of equilibrium. Now let us see for charged particles. Now if the test charge Q0, if it has to be in equilibrium, the net force acting on it due to Q1 plus Q2 has to be 0. Means there are three charges. The forces acting on Q0 will be due to Q1 and Q2, two forces. Now sum of these two forces has to be 0. Means these two forces has to be equal and opposite. So net force due to force acting on Q0 due to Q1 plus force acting on Q0 due to Q2 must be equal to 0. That implies F acting on Q0 due to Q1 is equal to minus of force acting on Q0 due to Q2. So this is what we can say. Means that both the forces has to be equal and opposite. When it is possible? When three charges are lying on the same line. So the first point we can get is the third charge must lie on line joining Q1 and Q2. So now from here the force due to Q1 is equal to minus of force due to Q2. So now if we take magnitudes, force acting on Q0 due to Q1 must be, the magnitude of this force must be equal to magnitude of force on Q0 due to Q2. So these magnitudes should be same. So from here what we will get? We can substitute Coulomb's law, right? Let us say the distance of Q0 from Q1 be R1. So distance between these two be R1 and the distance of Q0 from Q2 be R2. So now K into Q1 into Q0 by R1 square must be equal to K into Q2 into Q0 by R2 square. So from here K gets cancelled, Q0 gets cancelled. From here we will get Q1 by R1 square is equals to Q2 by R2 square. So from here I can write the second point as, second point we get as ratio of distances R1 by R2 is equals to under root of Q1 by Q2. So this is the ratio of distances from Q1 charge and Q2 charge. So this is the second point we get. So now we got two conditions, that is third charge must lie on line joining Q1 and Q2, and the ratio of distances from Q1 and Q2 has to be R1 by R2 is equals to under root of Q1 by Q2. So to satisfy these two conditions, the charge may lie or anywhere on this line. Now we can divide this line into three parts, that is to the left of Q1, in between Q1 and Q2, and to the right of Q2. Now where this particle lies depends on the nature of Q1 and Q2 and the magnitude of Q1 and Q2. So now let us find some conditions for different situations of these two charges. The first situation, let us take both Q1 and Q2 are like charges. Let us take both are positive, and let the Q0 be also positive. It can be any charge, but let it be positive charge. Now let us check whether it is possible, the equilibrium is possible to the left of Q1 or not. So let us take Q1 here, Q0 here. Now let us take this is positive. Now if these two are positive charges, there will be a repulsive force. So force on Q0 due to Q1 will be repulsive, it will be towards left. Next, if you consider force between Q0 and Q2, these two are also like charges, so this will be also a repulsive force. So force on this will be Q0, force on Q0 due to Q2 will also be towards left. So both are towards left. There is no chance of equilibrium here. So equilibrium is not possible towards left. Similarly, let us take the particle towards right. Q0, let us take it towards the right of Q2. Now these two are like charges, so repulsions. So in this case also, these two charges also like charges. Both forces will be towards right. So both F Q0 Q1 and a force on Q0 due to Q2 both will be towards left. Right. Both will be towards right. So net force cannot be zero. So the situation is not possible here. Equilibrium is not possible towards right. So now let us check in between these two charges. In this case, so these two are like charges. Now there will be repulsive force. So force on Q0 due to Q1 will be towards right. And these two are also like charges. So it will be repulsive again. So force on Q0 due to Q2 will be towards left. So now there is a chance of equilibrium here. So these two charges may become equal and opposite, and net force may be zero. So equilibrium is possible only between Q1 and Q2. So when like charges, when Q1 and Q2 are like charges, equilibrium is possible only between the charges. Equilibrium is possible only between charges, between Q1 and Q2. Okay. Now let us take a situation. Now how to calculate the distance, where it lies, the actual situation, how to calculate it. Now how to find this position, equilibrium position. Let us take the equilibrium position to be at a distance x from Q1. So R1 will be equal to x, and R2, the total distance is R. So this will be R minus x. And we know R1 by R2 has to be under root of Q1 by Q2. So now we can take x by R minus x is equals to under root of q1 by q2. So now from this you can calculate the value of x. So that is how to find equilibrium position in case of q1 and q2 are like charges. Now let us see for another condition when q1 and q2 are unlike charges. So let us take q1 is positive charge and the q2 is negative charge. Now let us check whether equilibrium possible between q1 and q2 or not. So let us take q0 here, let it be positive. Now these two charges are like charges, so there will be repulsion. So force on q0 due to q1 will be towards right. Now let us check the force of electrostatic force between q0 and q2. Now these two are unlike charges, so there will be attractive force. So force on q0 due to q2 will be towards right. So both are towards right, so they cannot cancel each other. So equilibrium is not possible between q1 and q2. Now let us check whether it is possible towards left or not. So now if we take q0 here, so these two are like charges, so force on q0 will be towards right. So force on q0 due to q1 is towards left, sorry. Next, if you consider these two forces, so they are unlike charges, so there will be attractive force. So force on q0 due to q2 will be towards right. So these two are in opposite direction, so they may cancel. So there is a possibility of equilibrium towards left. Next, similarly let us check towards right. Here let it be q0, so it is positive charge. Now these two are unlike charges, so there will be attractive force. So force on q0 due to q0 due to q2 will be towards left. And now if we consider electrostatic force between q0 and q1, these two are unlike charges, so there will be repulsive force. So force on q0 due to q1 will be towards right. So these two are in opposite directions, so they can cancel each other. So there is a possibility of equilibrium towards left as well as towards right. So now the equilibrium, to check where it is possible, let us go for another condition, that is distance, ratio of distance has to be under root of q1 by q2. Now if q1 is larger than q2, r1 has to be greater than r1. It implies the equilibrium position will be closer to the smallest charge. Now we will check whether q1 is smaller charge or q2. Means we will cross check magnitudes of q1 and q2. If magnitude of q1 is smaller or is less, then the equilibrium will be closer to q1, that is towards left. In case if magnitude of q2 charge is less, then the equilibrium will be closer to q2, that is towards right. This is how to find the condition of equilibrium when q1 and q2 are unlike charges. So now, so we will take the condition. So if q1 and q2, if we take it, so in case q1, magnitude of q1 is less than q2, then we will take equilibrium position to be here. So this is q0, so let us say here it is equilibrium. So now this is positive and this is negative, so due to this there will be repulsive force here. So let us take this distance is x. So now r1 will be x and r2 will be, this is r, so r2 will be r plus x. So now we can apply the second condition, that is r1, that is x by r plus x is equals to under root of q1 by q2. So from here you can find the value of x. And similarly, if q2 is smaller, you will take charge to be on the right and you will take this as x, and r2 will be x and r1 will be r plus x. So in the similar way you can apply this condition and you can get the equilibrium position. So this is how to find equilibrium positions for different situations. So I'll brief how to approach to this kind of questions. The first condition we got is third charge must lie on line joining q1 and q2. So it can be towards left, it can be in between q1 and q2, and it can be towards right of it. Now the second condition we got force's magnitude is same. From there we got r1 by r2 distance ratio as under root of q1 by q2. So these are the two conditions. Now the third condition we will check for special cases when both are like charges. When both are like charges, the equilibrium has to be in between q1 and q2. So we have taken the point somewhere, q0 somewhere in between q1 and q2, that is at a distance x from q1, and then we got the ratio and we can find x value. And similarly, when q1 and q2 are unlike charges, the equilibrium may be towards left or towards right. Now we will check for the second condition. as the ratio is equals to under root of q1 by q2, it is directly proportional to under root of q1 by q2. The equilibrium position has to be closer to the smallest charge. So we will cross check which one is smaller. So from there we will take the situation and we will apply it in the second condition. Then we will get the value of x and we can locate the position of equilibrium. So guys, let us discuss two questions such that you will get clarity over this topic. So first question, so two charges plus q and plus 9q are separated by a distance r. Now find where the third charge q0, test charge q0, has to be placed such that it will be in equilibrium. So try to do it guys, pause the video and try to solve the question. Okay, now we can look at the solution. So we already discussed these two are like charges. Now whenever you have two like this, q1 and q2 are like charges, the equilibrium is possible only in between q1 and q2. So that is somewhere here. So let us take somewhere here, let us keep q0 at this point. Now let us say this distance is x. So this will be r minus x. So now we can use the second expression what we got, that is r1 by r2 is equals to under root of q1 by q2. So we can substitute in this. So if we substitute, r1 is x by r2 is r minus x is equals to under root of q1 q by q2 is 9q. So from here you will get x by r minus x is equals to 1 by 3. So from here you will get 3x is equals to r minus x and x is equals to r by 4. So the equilibrium will be at a distance r by 4 from q, or you can say 3r by 4 from 9q. So this is how to locate the equilibrium position. So we have to keep q0 charge at a distance r by 4 from q along line joining q1 and q2. So let us check one more question. So there are two charges minus q and 4q separated by a distance r. Now you have to keep q0 charge such that it will be in equilibrium. So where q0 has to be placed such that it will remain in equilibrium position. So pause the video and try to solve the question. So now look at the solution. See here, minus q and 4q are unlike charges. So in case of unlike charges, we got the result that the equilibrium position can be either towards left or towards right. Now we have to compare the magnitude of both charges. So it will be closer to the smaller charge. So this is smaller charge. So definitely the equilibrium has to be towards left. So let us say this distance is x, at a distance x from the q minus q charge, that is q1. So this is r1. Next we want distance from 4q. So distance from 4q is r plus x, r plus x. So this is r2. So r2 is r plus x and r1 is x. So now we can apply it in the second expression what we got, that is r1 by r2 is equals to under root of q1 by q2. So now we can substitute it. So we'll get x by r plus x is equals to under root of magnitude of charge q by magnitude of the charge is 4q. So from here, so we'll get a 1 by 2. So x by r plus x is equals to 1 by 2. So from here you will get 2x is equals to r plus x. That implies x is equals to r. So you will get equilibrium position. So q0 will be equilibrium position, in equilibrium position when you place it at a distance r from minus q charge towards left. So this is the position where it is in equilibrium. So this is how to solve these kind of questions. So we understood how to locate the position of third charge such that it will be in equilibrium position when two fixed charges are given. Now the question is what kind of equilibrium the charge will be in, whether it will be in stable equilibrium or unstable equilibrium or neutral equilibrium. So let us try to find it. Now let us consider two identical charges, q1 is equals to q2 and q2 also equal to q. q1 is equals to q2 equals to q. Now as we know, when two like charges q1 and q2 are like charges, the test charge has to be in between the two charges, and as the magnitudes of these two is same, then the test charge, the equilibrium position will be at midpoint. Now we have figured out what is equilibrium position, that is midpoint of this line joining two charges. Now what kind of equilibrium this is? That equilibrium depends on the nature of this charge. So first case, let us consider this also to be like charge. So first case, q and q naught are like charges. So now let us try to find out what kind of equilibrium it is. To find what kind of equilibrium, we have to displace it from equilibrium position. So first let us displace it perpendicular to line joining q1 and q2. So when you move it like this, now this is the location of q naught. So this is positive charge and this is also positive charge. There will be a repulsive force acting on it. So this is a force on a q naught due to q1, and here also these two are also like charges. This is a force, this is also repulsive force on q naught due to q2. So now as these two are repulsive forces, the net force will be vertically downwards. So the particle or this test charge is running away from equilibrium position. It means the charge is in unstable equilibrium. So when q and q naught are like charges, and if you displace perpendicular to the line joining q1 and q2, the particle will be in unstable equilibrium. Now let us check what happens if you move it along line joining. Let us move that q naught towards right. So let us move it here. So now if you move it by x, this distance decreases. Initially it is equal, now this distance is less. So it is r2 and this is r1. Now if you consider the forces, this is positive charge, so there will be a repulsive force in this direction. This force will be force on q naught due to q2, and these two are also like charges, so there will be a repulsive force in this direction. So this will be force on q naught due to q1. Now we know r1 is greater than r2. It means f2 will be greater than f1. That implies the net force will be in this direction. Net force will be along f2 in this direction. So it is trying to come back to equilibrium position, means it is stable equilibrium. So when you move charges along line joining, when you move the test charge along line joining q1 and q2, it will be in stable equilibrium. Okay, so when q and q naught are like charges, if you move the test charge perpendicular to line joining q1 and q2, it will be in unstable equilibrium. If you move it along line joining q1 and q2 in this direction, it will be in stable equilibrium. Now let us find for second case, that is when q and q naught are unlike charges. That is, we have taken these two charges q1 and q2 as q positive and this test charge as negative. So now they are unlike charges. Now let us try to move it. So first perpendicular to line joining. So if you move perpendicular line joining, now this is negative charge, so there will be attractive force. So there will be a force on this one in this direction. So this is F, force on q naught due to q1. So and here also this is unlike charges. These two are unlike charges. So the force will be in this direction, force on a q naught due to q2. So the resultant of these two force will be vertically upwards, F net. And now when you displace it down, the net force is upwards, means it is trying to go back to the equilibrium position, means it implies it is stable equilibrium. Stable equilibrium. Now let us check it when you move along the line joining. Let us move it towards right. Let us move q naught to here. Now what happens? This is r2 and this is r1. Now due to these two are, as it is negative charge, these two will attract. the force between these two will be attractive. So force on Q naught due to Q2 will be in this direction, that is towards right. Next, force on Q naught due to Q1 will be towards left. Now we know R1 is greater than R2. So definitely F1 will be less than F2, means F2 is dominating. So it will be towards right. So when you move the particle towards right, the net force is towards right, means it is moving away from equilibrium. So that implies this is unstable equilibrium. Unstable equilibrium. So in case of Q and Q naught are unlike charges, when you displace the particle along perpendicular to the line joining, then it will be stable equilibrium, and the particle will be unstable equilibrium along line joining the two charges. So we have discussed when Q and Q naught are like charges, along line joining Q1 and Q2 it is stable equilibrium, and perpendicular line joining Q1 and Q2 it is unstable equilibrium. Similarly, when Q and Q naught are unlike charges, then along line joining Q1 and Q2 it will be unstable equilibrium, and perpendicular to line joining Q1 and Q2 it will be stable equilibrium. So in these two cases it will be in stable equilibrium, means in these two cases the particle will oscillate. So we have questions related to simple harmonic motions in these two cases. So let us try to solve the questions related to simple harmonic motion in these two situations. So now let us consider the first situation of stable equilibrium, that is when Q and Q naught are like charges, and you have displaced along, Q naught is displaced along line joining. Joining Q1 and Q2. So this is the first case. Now here let us displace this Q naught towards right by x distance. So let us take this is x towards right as positive. So we have moved Q naught till here. So this is the position of Q naught. Now the distance between this Q1 and Q naught will be, this is A, this total distance is 2A, so this distance will be A, so this will be A plus X, and this is R1. Next, this distance will be A minus X, and this is R2. Okay guys, now on this particle force will be, these two are like charges, so there will be a repulsive force. So I am drawing it here. So I am taking the free body diagram here. So there will be a repulsive force in this direction, and it is F on Q naught due to Q2. And here in this direction, due to this one, repulsive force will be in this direction, F on Q naught due to Q1. And we know this distance is less, so this force will be more. So the net force will be towards in this direction. As X is taken towards right, so force towards right is positive. So this is positive, that is force due to charge Q1 is positive and the force due to Q2 is negative. So now the net force will be, F net will be equal to F due to Q naught, F Q naught Q1 minus F Q naught Q2. So from here we will get F net is equals to K into Q1 into Q naught, that is Q, this is Q, by R1. See here it is due to first charge. So we are writing due to first charge, so R1 is A plus X. So A plus X whole square minus K into force, this one, K into Q naught by R2 is A minus X. So A minus X whole square. So this is force. So this is net force. Now if I write this net force here, F net is equals to, if I take common K into Q1, Q into Q naught, K into Q naught, if you take common, minute. So net force will be, if I take common K into Q naught, 1 by A plus X whole square minus 1 by A minus X whole square. So if we take LCM of this one, we will get A square minus A plus X into A minus X will be A square minus X square. So F net will be equal to KQ into Q naught. If we take LCM, A square minus X square whole square, A minus X whole square minus A plus X whole square. So from this, if we calculate this one, here A square plus X square plus 2AX minus 2AX, and here A square plus X square plus 2AX. So if you do it, so you'll get F net as K into Q naught minus 2 into 2, 4AX by A square minus X square whole square. So this is the force. This is force. Now let me write it here. So from there we got F net as minus KQ into Q naught by A square minus X square whole square into 4A into X. So guys, here as X is very small, the displacement is very small, Ax square will be further small, so we can ignore it. So now F net will be equal to K into Q naught, 4 times will be 4A, 4Q into Q naught into QA by A power 4 into X. So A cube. So from here you will get F net as minus 4KQ naught by A cube into X. So this is in the form of simple harmonic motion. This restoring force is directly proportional to minus X. Okay, so we know in simple harmonic motion the restoring force is given by minus m omega square x. So now we will compare these two. Let us compare these two. From there you will get value for omega. So guys, I am erasing this part. So when you compare these two, you will get omega square is equals to, from here you get omega square is equals to 4kq into q naught by a cube. From this you will get omega is equals to under root 4kq q naught by a cube. So this is omega. So once we got angular frequency, time period will be equal to 2 pi by omega. So this is how to find time period of oscillations and angular frequency. Now let us look at the second case of simple harmonic motion, that is when q and q naught are unlike charges and q naught is displaced perpendicular to the line joining, that is along perpendicular bisector. Now as these two are unlike charges, there will be attractive force. So the force on q naught due to q1 will be in this direction, and similarly these two are also unlike charges, so this is also an attractive force. So force on q naught due to q2 will be in this direction. Okay, and these two values, let us find it. So f q naught on q1 will be k into q1 q2, that is q into q naught by r square. So what is the distance here? So this is a and this is x. So this distance will be under root of a square plus x square. Now this is r. So k into q1 q2 by r square. So it will be a square plus x square. So this is force on a q naught due to q1. Similarly, force on a q naught due to q2 will be k into q1 q2, that is q into q naught by r square, here also this distance also a square plus under root of a square plus x square. So this also will be equal to a square plus x square. So both magnitudes are same. Okay, so let them be f naught for some time. So this be f naught and this is also f naught. Now the net force will be in this direction because horizontal components, these two are equal forces, and if this, let this angle be theta, this angle is also theta, so this 90 minus theta, 90 minus theta, so horizontal components gets cancelled, vertical components will be added. Okay, so then f net will be in this direction, so f net will be equal to component of this one in this direction will be f naught into cos theta, and this one also, this is also f naught, so this is also f naught, component is f naught cos theta. So total f net is equals to 2f naught into cos theta. So let us find the cos theta value in this triangle. This is theta, adjacent side by hypotenuse, so cos theta will be equal to, so I can write cos theta as adjacent side x by under root of a square plus x square. Guys, here f net is downwards, we have taken x in upward direction, so upward positive, so force downwards is negative, so we can write f net as minus 2f naught cos theta. So now let us substitute the values of f naught and cos theta. So f net will be minus 2 into k into q naught by k, into f naught value is k into q naught by a square plus x square into cos theta is x by under root of a square plus x square. So from here we will get f net as minus 2k q into q naught by a square plus x square, here power 1 into power 1 by 2, so it will be power 3 by 2, so whole power 3 by 2 into x. Now here again same, the displacement we have taken is very small, we have displaced it by a small value, so x is very small, so x square will be further small, we can ignore this value, so we can ignore this. So from here you will get f net as, from here you will get f net as minus k into q into q naught by a square whole power 3 by 2, so it will be a cube into x. So this is again in the form of F restoring force is equals to minus m omega square x. Now we can compare these two. So if we compare these two, so we'll get omega value. So from here we'll get omega is equals to this one. Omega is equals to, or omega square is equals to 2kq q naught by a cube. From here we will get omega is equals to under root of 2k q into q naught by a cube. From this, time period is equals to 2 pi by omega. So this is how to find time period. So these are the two cases of simple harmonic motions in electrostatics. Guys, in the next video I'll discuss concept of distribution of charges and how to apply Coulomb's law for distributed charges. Along with that, I'll also introduce the concept of electric field. Guys, if you find this video helpful, please hit the like button. In this series, I'll cover entire JEE syllabus. And apart from physics lectures, we will be coming up with exciting videos on career guidance, like review videos on engineering colleges and detailed analysis of all branches. And we are also planning to share informative videos on entrepreneurship. So if you don't want to miss out on these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.